Hello everyone, welcome to my video on an important Python Tkinter project. In this video, we will write a program for Superstore management system in Python Tkinter with MySQL to handle our data. So first of all, you have to install MySQL database with MySQL Workbench, and also I will provide a link that how to install MySQL, and then we have to open MySQL Workbench. So search here MySQL Workbench. So here you can see this is MySQL Workbench. I will open it, and then after a small while when it will be opened, then we can start our work. So I will click here in local instance MySQL, and here we have to insert our password that was created while we were installing MySQL database. So insert here your own password, and then this is our next window. Okay, so here we have to create new database. So you can create new database with this query: create database, and then assign a name to your new database. So for example, this is supermarket. Okay, simply market. Okay, and then you will click this execute button. So in the result, a database with name market will be created for you. Okay, but if you have already a database, then you can also connect with that existing database. So I also have already database, so I have to connect with that. So here this is database option. Click on it, and then choose this first option, connect to database. So here I have to provide name of my database, that is rec. Okay, we will read it as record, and I will click OK. Now we have successfully connected with our record database. And next, here we have to create a table inside our record database. So query is create table. Okay, and then as you know that table always contains columns and rows. Okay, so here we have to create columns inside this table, but first we have to assign a name to our table. So it can supermarket. Okay, market is fine, and then define the name of your columns. Okay, so first is item. Okay, with type varchar, and size should 10. You can use any size. Okay, and then here I will use a comma to separate next column with that existing. Okay, or previous. So this was item, and now I will use price for next column name, and then its type should int. Okay, and I will define its size 8. And next, here I will set another column that should quantity. Okay, and its type should integer, and here I will assign size 8. Okay, so next is a date with name expiry. Okay, expiry. So its type should date. Okay, so here this is our query to create new table with some columns. A table name is market, so query is like that: create table market, and column names are defined. First is item with type varchar, size 10, and next is price with type int or integer and with size 8, and next is quant for quantity, and its type is int, and its size is 8, and then is expiry with type date. Okay, to save expiry date. So I have to create this table with these columns. Now I have to create this table, so I will execute this query. So I will click on this execute button, and here our table with name market is created successfully. Okay, so now we have to start our Python Tkinter code. So first I will open a folder that will contain these files. Okay, you can create a folder anywhere with any name inside your system. So I have a folder in my new volume E. Okay, and then folder name is Python projects. You can create such a folder anywhere, and these are some existing files, but you have to ignore them. We have to create new file. Okay, so here we have to open our VS code, and that VS code will be used as a code editor. So now we have to open that. So I will click in this address bar, and here I will type cmd to open command prompt. Okay, and now we will open VS code by using a command line in this command prompt. So I will use code space dot. So this is command line to open VS code. Okay, Visual Studio Code, and then I will press enter key, and in the result our VS code or our editor will be opened, and this is opened. I will close this existing file from here, and also I will close the terminal. Now this is our VS code. Okay, so now we have to create new file. So I will click on this explorer option, and these are our existing files in Python project folders, but you have to ignore it. Okay, we have to create new file. So I will click on this option, new file. So here I will create new file with any name. So I will set name supermarket or simple market. Okay, market. Okay, and then I have to use extension for Python, that is that dot py. Okay, and now here you can see this icon is inserted here when we have used py. Now I will press enter key, and now our market.py file is successfully created in our Python projects folder. Okay, I will close this, and now I have to start my class of this project. Okay, so here I will use keyword class, and then I will set any name for my class. I can set items. Okay, or even I can set store. Okay, store is fine. Okay, this is our class, and then I have to define a constructor for my class by using a def keyword, and then use double underscore in it or initiate, and then again double underscore, and then pair of parentheses, and here I have to pass two arguments. First is self, and second root. Self is must. Okay, but this root is optional. I mean, you can use different name for a root, but commonly we use root, so I am also using this root. Okay, so now I have to initialize this root. So self dot root. Okay, and I will initialize it with root. Okay, so now I have initialized this self dot root. Okay, so now I have to create main window. Okay, then we will use this root as a object for our main window. Okay, and then I have to create an object for our class. Okay, so let us start our next process. So here first I have to create main window for our project. So here I will use root. Okay, and then here I have to access main window from Tkinter, but for this I have to import it first. Okay, so I have to import Tkinter as tk. Now this tk is alias. This is optional. You can use different name. So you can use any other character or string for this alias. Okay. So next, here I have to access this main window from Tkinter. Okay. So tk will be used as accessor. Okay, and then dot operator, and now I have to access the widget, that is tk. Okay, so in fact this is main window. So now we are accessing it from Tkinter by using this tk alias and then dot operator. So next I have to define object for my store class. So here I will define any object or any name for our object. So next I have to use store name of class, and then I will pass root as a argument. Okay, so next Next, I have to access main loop from our Python by using root object. Okay, root dot main loop. Okay, so what is main loop? Main loop is a function or method that is used to handle all the events in our project, and also it is used to execute our project. Okay, so here I will set a title for our main window. Okay, so here I will use self.root. Okay, now this is our object, and then dot and dot title method will be accessed, and now we will set any title for our main window. So it is super store or supermarket, super store. Okay, so this is our title, and next I will save it, and then I will execute it to show you output. Okay, so this is our main window, and with a title that is super store. Okay, but the size of this window is very small. We have to set its size according to the size of our device screen. Okay, so first we have to get size of our device screen, and then we can set size of this main window according to our device screen. Okay, I will close this and also close this. Okay, so next I have to get width of our screen. Okay, so first I will declare a global variable. Okay, self dot is used to define anything globally. Okay, so I have defined a variable with name width. So now I have used self dot with this variable name. Now this is global. Okay, so then here I have to access w info method. Okay, self dot root dot w info. This is the method that returns us information about any widget. Okay, so now we have to get information of screen width. Okay, screen width. Okay, so now this winfo method will return us width of our screen, and then we will assign this value to this global variable, that is width. Okay, so in the same way we have to retrieve height of our screen. So self dot height is our global variable, and then self dot root dot winfo. Okay, winfo underscore sorry underscore screen height. Now we have to get height. Okay, so next we have to set size of our screen according to this width and height. So we will use geometry method to do that. Okay, so self dot root dot geometry. Okay, geometry, and then here I have to set size of this method. So I can use a formatting string, because this formatting string can carry variable value and string value. Okay, so here I have to use variable value, that is width. Okay, screen width. So here I have to use self dot width. Okay, now this is this variable that contains width of our screen. Now we have to multiply it with by height. Okay, so self dot height. Okay, now we have to start this main window from first row and from first column. Okay, so here I have used +0 and +0. Now I will save it, and then I will execute it once again to show you output. Okay, so here you can see this is our main window with title superstore. Okay, because our today's topic is superstore management, and we will also handle expiry dates with it. Okay, so this was superstore, and this is our main window, and now you can see that its size is according to size of our screen. Okay, so I will close this, and also I will close the terminal, and next I have to set a label for title. Okay, so here I will create object with name title, and then here I have to access a label from Tkinter. So I have to use tk dot and then name of widget, that is label. Now I have accessed this label from Tkinter, and now I have to define its some specifications, like I have to define that where I have to create this label. So I have to create it in our root window or main window, and then I have to set a text for this label by using text property, and we can set any text. For example, I can set name of our project, that is Superstore Management. Okay, so this is our title, and then here I can define border size. Okay, if I have to use, so I will use a border, so I have to define size of that border by using bd or border property. I have choose bd, and I have assigned size 4 to this border size. Okay, and then I have to define a style for border by using a relief property. Okay, and now I can choose any option. So here I will use raised. Okay, and next here I can set a background color of this widget. So I will use bg or background color property. So I will choose this bg. Okay, and now I can assign any color name to this bg property. Okay, so now I will use light gray or gray. I think gray is better. And now here I can define font size, font style, and font family by using font property. Okay, so here I have to use tuple because I have to pass more than one values for this single property. When you are going to assign more than one values for a single property, then you have to use tuple. Otherwise, you can assign a single value without tuple. Okay, so here I have to pass more than one values. So first is family. Okay, font family. Now you can choose any family, for example Arial, elephant, or any other. Okay, so I will use elephant. Okay, elephant. And next here I will define size. I will use 40, and also I will set it bold. Okay, so now this is our style for fonts. You can change also foreground, I mean font color, by using fg or foreground property. Okay, so I have chosen fg, and now I will assign a value. I will use white. Okay, so now font color will white. Otherwise, by default foreground color or font color is black. Now I have changed. Okay, so now I have to set its position. So you can set position of any widget by using three methods. First is packed, second is place, and third is grade. Okay, now I will use pack method, and also I will explain that why I am using this method. Okay, so title dot pack. Now I have accessed pack method. Now I am using pack method because this method provide us side property. Okay, and by using this property or this pack method, we can set a specific position of any widget. Okay, for example I have to set a specific side, for example top. Okay, top of this title, then I have to use pack method, and then I have to use side property, and then I can choose any side, for example bottom, left, right, and top. Okay, I will choose top. Okay, and now I will save it, and then I will execute it to show you output. Okay, now here you can see this is our title superstore management. Okay, but this title is not filled. I mean this widget is not filled in x-axis. Okay, it is not looking beautiful. I want to fill it in x-axis or in horizontal. Okay, so I can fill it by using fill property in our pack method. Okay, so here I will use fill property. Okay, and here I will assign x. Okay, x because I have to fill it in x-axis. Now I will execute it once again to show you output. So now here you can see this is our background color, and this is also filled. Okay, and our foreground or font color is white, we can also change it. For example, I can use blue color. Okay, so here I will use blue, and now I will show you once again that is the color changed or not. It is changed, but it is not looking better, so I will also change it once again. So here I can use light green. Okay, light green, and then I will execute, and now this is Superstore and this is our font color, but I think white was better. Okay, so I will set it once again as white. Okay, and next we have to create two frames in our system. Sorry, I have to go back. Okay, so now I will create two frame inside our main window. Okay, so here first I will comment it. Okay, so it should our options frame. Okay, option frame, because here we have to provide some options to users. Okay, so I will declare a frame, so opt frame. Okay, and I have to access it from Tkinter by using tk and dot operator. Okay, tk frame, name of widget is frame, and it will be created inside our root window. Okay, self dot root, and next I have to define its border or border size. I will use 5. Okay, and next I will set its style by using relief property, and here I will use a reddish, and next I have to use background color by using bg property. Okay, so for background color I will define a function, and by that function, by using that function, we will able to use thousands of color without remembering any name of any color. Okay, so here I will define a function with name color. Okay, and I will pass self as an argument, and next here it will return us a string, that is formatting string, and here we will use hexadecimal colors. So I have to use pair of curly braces, and sorry, here I have to pass some more arguments. Okay, first R for red, and then G for green, and B for blue. Okay, and here first I will use R as a red and 0 to X. Okay, and then I will use G for green and 0 to X. Okay, and then I will use B for blue and 0 to X. Okay, so now we will use this function here. So I will call it self dot root. Okay, and sorry, not root, dot color, CLR color, and now I have to assign a value for every color. Okay, and we can assign value from 0 to 255. This is range of every color. Okay, so here if I want to use more red and then some less green and then some less blue, then we can assign values according to this positions. Okay, so here I have to set green. Okay, so first for red I will use 150. Okay, and now I want to set main shade as a green, so here I will use 230 for green, and then I will set 170 for blue. Okay, so now this is a combination for a color. In this way we will retrieve a new color. Okay, so now I have to set its position, so opt frame dot, so now I will use place method. So why I am using this place method? Because this place method provides us with property, and by using this with property we can set width or total size of our frame. Okay, so here I have to use value for width. For example, I will set 400, and then height I will set 500. Okay, and then I have to set sorry, padding. Okay, so here I will use X property for horizontal padding, and I will assign value 50, and then I will use Y for vertical padding, and I will assign value 100. Okay, I will save it, and then I will execute it to show you output. So now this is our frame. Okay, now you can see this was our background color. You can change it only by changing color value. Okay, for example, here I will use 200 for green and then 250, okay, for blue. Then you can see that what will happen. I will execute it. Okay, now color is changed. Okay, so in the same way you can use hundreds of color without remembering their names. Okay, so here I will use once again 220 and here 180. Okay, so now this is our frame, but I have to change its width and height. Okay, so we can assign static values like this, and also we can use another method. So here we will call or use our width method, sorry, variable self dot width and self dot height that contains height and width of our screen. So here for width property, I will assign self dot width. This is the variable that contains width of our screen. Okay, but this is very large size. I have to divide it by 2. Okay, now this is half of total width of our screen. I will save it and then I will execute it. So now here you can see this is its size. Okay, but I have to decrease some value from it. Okay, I mean I have to decrease width. So here I will close it and now I will divide it by 3. Now this is 1/3 of total width. I will save it and then I will execute. Here you can see this is 1/3. Okay, so next I have to increase its height. So I will close this and also I will close this, and for height property I will use self dot height. Okay, so this is total height of our screen, so it is also large, but I have to decrease some pixel from this total height. Okay, so I will save it and then I will execute it. So now you can see this is our frame. Okay, so this is our frame with this background color, and this is its width, and from here to here is its height. This is its padding 50 pixels, and this is 100 pixel. Okay, from here to here. Okay, so now here I have to create another frame. So now I have to define another frame after this. Okay, I will close this and also this. So here I will set a comment. Okay, so this will our detail frame. Okay, detail frame, and here I have to create frame by name that frame. Okay, and here I have to access the frame tk dot frame, and then I have to create it inside our root window or main window. Then I have to set its border by using bd property. I will assign 5 value, and then a relief property I will choose reddish. Okay, and next here I have to define its background color by using bg property, and here I have to call, sorry, I have to call our color function self dot color, and now I will set 150 for red. Okay, and 170 for green and 230 for blue. Okay, so it will our background color. And next here I will use that frame, sorry, that frame, I mean detail frame dot place. Okay, and as you know that why we are using this place method, because we have to set its width. Okay, so now I will set its width self dot width. This is total width, and I will divide it by 2. Okay, and next here I have to uh, set its height. Okay, and here I will define height self dot height. Okay, minus 180. Height will remain same, and then I have to set its horizontal padding by using x property. Okay, so here I have to add 50 for previous padding and 50 for padding between these two frames. So here I will use 100. Okay, and now I have to add some more value that will the size of our option frame. Okay, here you can see this is our option frame. So self, okay, dot width, and here I have to add 100 with it. Okay, but I have to divide it by 3. Okay, because this is the size of our option frame. This was option frame, and here you can see this is total height. Okay, so here we are using, sorry, total width, and also here we are using same width. Okay, because we have to set a gap according to that width of that frame. Okay, and then here I am using uh, 100 more pixels. Okay, these are for paddings, for first padding. Okay, I mean before our this option frame, and then 50 pixel for our padding between the two frames. Okay, so now I will save it, but I have to use y. Okay, so here I will use y and I will assign 100. Now I will save it and then I will execute it to show you output. Now this is our frame. Okay, so as you know that we have used 100. 100 is like 50 from here to here and 50 from here to here. This was total 100, and then we have used self dot width divided by 3, and that was this width. Okay, according to size of this frame, and then 100 for these paddings. Okay, now I should increase width of this second frame, and background color is provided or retrieved by using that combination. Okay, so here I will close this and this, and next here I will increase some width. Okay, so here I can increase plus 50. Okay, now I can save it. This is width of this detail frame. Okay, I will execute it, and here you can see. Okay, now this is perfect. Okay, so this is our option frame, and this is our detail frame. Here we have to provide options to user, and here we will print detail of our items in store. Okay, so we will provide options in option frame first. I will close this and also this. Okay, so I have to work in our option frame. So I will go next, and here I have to create a button. So that is add button to add item in our uh, superstore system. Okay, so add button, and here I have to access button from Tkinter. So name of widget is button. Okay, and then here I have to use sorry, I have to create it in our option frame. So here I will use opt frame, and then here I have to set a text on this button. So here I will use text property, and I will add text, add item. Okay, add item. So next I have to set its width should 20, and then I will use font property. Okay, and here I will use Arial as a font family, and then 20 for size, and I can set it bold. This is style. You can use italic and other. Okay, and next I can set a border. So I will use bd property, and I will assign value 3, and then I can assign style. Okay, so I will use raised. Okay, so I have to set its position, and now we will use grid method. Okay, so add button dot grid. In fact, this is a grid layout, and as you know that grid out can be containing rows and columns. Okay, and here I have to use row property, and I have to create this button in our first row, and column will be first also. Okay, and then here I have to define padding by using pad x property, and I will use 20. Okay, or 30. I think 30 is better, and then pad y I will assign 30. Okay, 30 is fine. Okay, so now I will save it and then I will execute it to show you output. Okay, so now this is our add item button. So next we have to create some more buttons. Second for add quantity, third for search item, and then show all items. Okay, so here I will add this button also. So I will go next. I can copy this button from here. Okay, I will copy it and then I will paste it right here. Okay, so now this is our quantity button. Okay, quant button, and this is also quant button. Okay, quant button, and I will print here add quantity. Okay, so I will remove item from here and I will add quantity. Okay, add quantity, and I will create it in second sorry second row and first column of second row, and in the same way I have to create one more button. Okay, so here we have to search a item. Okay, so here this should search button. Okay, and this is also search button. Okay, search button. Okay, I have to use R, so search button, and I have to remove or update this value, text value, and here I will type search. Okay, and next I will paste it once again, and this should show all. Okay, or all button, and here also I have to use all. Okay, and now I have to change option from here. Okay, and here I will use show all. Okay, and here I have to change row numbers. Here I will use third row, and here I will use fourth row. Okay, sorry, fourth row. And next I have to create one more button. Okay, to purchase a item. Okay, so here I will use one more button, create one more button, that is purchase button. Okay, purchase button, purchase button, and here I have to create this button tk dot button. Okay, and here I have to create it inside our option frame. Okay, and then I have to use all these values. For example, text property, I will set purchase. Okay, purchase item, and then here I have to print bill. When item will be purchased, then we can print a bill. Okay, so next here I have to use a comma. Okay, and then font property, or I can copy all these values from here. Okay, so I will copy all these values from here to last. Okay, and then I will paste them here. Okay, so now I have to set also its position. So I will go next. Okay, and here I will use purchase button. Okay, purchase button dot grade, and here I will use row number fifth. Okay, and then column should our first column, and pad x should 30 and pad y also 30. Okay, so now I will save it and then I will execute it to show you output. Okay, so now these are all buttons, but this button is out of the frame, so I have to decrease paddings between these buttons. Okay, and I have to set width for this button. Okay, and I will close it and also it, and here I will use width property. Okay, I will use width property and I will assign 20. Okay, so now I have to decrease padding, so I will select pad y with value 30, and I will press Ctrl plus Shift plus L. Now all pad Y where value is 30 are selected. Okay, and now we have to change value. Here we will set 25. Now I will save it and then I will execute it to show you output. Now everything is fine. Here we can add an item. Here we can add quantity of any item. Here we can search item, and here we can show all items, and here this will our purchase item. Okay, or even okay, I think this is fine. Okay, so now uh, here I have to create table. Okay, so here I have to create a table that will carry information of a quantity, okay, or of all quantities. So here I have to create a query, sorry, table. Okay, so I will go next and I have to work in our detail frame. So first I will set a title, okay, for this detail frame. So here I can set title. I think title is already existing, and now I can set detail title, okay, detail label, and here I have to create a label. So tk dot label, and I have to create it in our detail frame, okay, detail frame, and then I have to set a text. So I will set text details or item detail or superstore details. You can add anything, okay, superstore detail or store details, okay, store details. This is our title, and here I have to set its background color by using bg property, and I will use the same background color that was used for this frame, okay. So I will copy this value from here and then I will paste it here, okay. So next I will use font property, okay, font, and then here I will pass values in tuple, okay. So here I will use elephant, okay, elephant, and then here I will use size 30, and also I will set it bold, okay, bold, and now I have to set its position by using pack method because I have to set its specific site, okay. So detail label, okay, detail label, and here I will use dot pack, okay. So now I have to use side property and I will set it in top, okay, and next I have to fill it in x-axis, okay. So next I think this is enough. I can save it and then I will execute it to show you output. But what is problem? Bad screen distance, okay. So I will close this, and what is the problem? I will see, okay. So detail label, text property, okay, details, BD, okay, sorry, here I have to use BG, not BD, okay. So now this is fine. I will save it and then I will execute it, okay. So now here you can see this is stored details, okay. So this is our title, and then here we have to create one frame, okay, that will carry a table or tree view widget, and then we will create a table. I will close this and also terminal, and here I will define an other function for our table, okay. So define tab function, okay, and here I will pass self as a parameter and I will go next. Here I have to create a frame, okay. So frame name should tab frame, okay, because it will carry a table. So this is tab frame and I have to access it from Tkinter by using tk, okay. And next here I have to create it in our detail frame, but here is an error because I am trying to use this detail frame here in this function, but this detail frame object is local and we cannot use a local object or variable in any other function, okay. If you have to use it in any other option, then you have to make it global, okay. So I will select it and then I will press Control Shift plus L, okay, and now I will use self dot with it, okay. So now I will save it, okay, sorry, I will go next, and here I have to set its border by using BD property. I will use for value and then I will use relief style, relief property for style, and I will use sunken. Okay, and I will use bg property for background color, and I will use see on. Okay, and I will go next and I will set its position. So tab frame dot place. Okay, and here I have to define its width. Okay, so because I have to create it inside detail frame, so first I will get size of detail frame. Okay, width of detail frame. So I will copy it from here and then I will paste it right here. Okay, so this is equal to our detail frame, so I will decrease some value, so I will remove this 50 from here. Okay, or even I can use 40. Okay, so I have reduced 40 pixels. Okay, so now it is plus 10, and then I have to show you this frame. For this I have to call this function. Okay, self dot tab function. Now I will execute it to show you output. I will execute it, and now here, sorry, our frame is missing. I will close this. What is the problem? Tab frame. Sorry, here I have to define some more properties with their values. So next is height. Okay, so here I will get height of our detail frame. So here this is height. Okay, I will copy this from here and then I will paste it right here. Okay, and now I will distract or subtract some more pixels. Okay, so here I will use 280. Okay, or 300. I think I should subtract 300 from total height. Okay, so next I have to define paddings. So I will use comma and then x property, and here I will use 22. Okay, and then for y, okay, I will use 80. Okay, so this is 80. Now I will save it and then I will execute it once again, and now this is our frame. Okay, so here you can see this is our frame, and I can increase its height. Okay, and then I can decrease some value from here. Okay, I have to make some changes. I will close this, and here I will increase padding. Okay, or decrease padding, sorry, I will decrease padding. I will set here 70. Okay, and then here I will decrease some width. Okay, so I will remove 10 from here. Okay, so next I have to decrease some height. So here I will use 290. Okay, 290. So I will save it once again and then I will execute it. So here now this is perfect. Okay, so this is our tab frame. Okay, inside our detail frame. Here I have to create a table. I will close this and also I will close this. Okay, so next I have to create some scroll bars in our tab frame. So first is our x scroll. You can use different name for this object, and I have to access it from Tkinter. So here this is scroll bar. Okay, and I have to create it inside our tab frame, and then I will use orient property to set its layout, and I will set it horizontally. Okay, and in the same way I have to define its position, that where we have to set it. So here I will use x scroll dot pack method because it provides us side property, and we will create it in the bottom. Okay, and it also provides us fill property, and we will fill it in x-axis. Okay, so next I have to create an other scroll bar, that is y scroll, because it will be created in y axis or vertically. Okay, so tk dot scroll bar, and then it will be create in a tab frame, and orient value should vertical. Okay, so now I have to pack it. Okay, while scroll and then dot pack method, and here I have to define side property, and I will create it in our right side, and then I will fill it in y axis. Okay, so this is y. So now I want to show you these scroll bars. I will execute it, and now here you can see this is our X scroll and this is our Y scroll. Okay, so now we will create table. Okay, I will close this and also this, and now I will create a table. So here I will declare object for table. So self dot table is our object name, and now we will access table, and in fact that is tree view widget, so it will be accessed by using ttk. Okay, but here is an error because we have to import ttk from tkinter. Okay, and then I have to import ttk. Okay, so now here you will see that our error from ttk is removed. Okay, so now I have to access tree view. Okay, this is the widget name that will be used as a table. Okay, and now we have to create it in our tab frame, and then we have to set these scroll bars with it. Okay, I mean their size will be according to columns, number of columns and number of rows of these tables. Okay, so we have to set them with this table. Okay, so here I will use uh, x scroll command. Okay, and here we will use x scroll. Okay, dot set, and then I will use comma, and now I will use y scroll command, and here I will use y scroll. Okay, and then sorry, was scroll and dot set. Okay, and then I have to create some columns, because as you know that a table always contains columns. So here I have to create columns, and now I have to pass more than one values for a single property. So here I have to use tuple. Okay, so first is item. Okay, you can use any column name. So item is not necessary, you can also type item name. Okay, so it is not necessary to set names according to names of our uh, columns in database. Okay, so here I have to pass or create second column in this tree view. So second column should price. Okay, and third column I will set quant. Okay, or quantity, and next I will set expiry. Okay, expiry. So these are our columns, and now here I have to pack this method. Okay, sorry, pack this table. So self, okay, dot table. So here I will use table dot pack. Okay, and here I have to use fill property, and I will fill it in both sides. Okay, and then I will use expand property, and I will assign 1 to this expand. Okay, I will save it, and then I will execute it. Okay, so here you can see that this is size of our uh, x scroll, because we have set it with our table. Now its size is according to columns or number of columns in our table or tree view. Okay, and we have no any row, that's why here you are not able to see any scroll bar for y-axis. Okay, so now this is active. I mean its size is according to size of columns. Okay, so here this is our first, second, third, and so on. These are our columns, but you are not looking any value or any heading here, because still we have to set headings for these columns. I will close this, and also I will close this, and now I have to set headings for this column. So here I will go next. Okay, and here I will use self dot table. Okay, and then dot heading. I will access heading method, and here for first column, that is item, I have to set a text by using text property, and here I will set item name. Okay, so this is our heading for our first column. I will copy this. Okay, and then I will paste this in next line. Okay, and now I will update columns name and their headings. So I will remove item from here. Now this is price. Okay, so here I will set price. I will remove it, and then price I will set P capital. Okay, price, and now I will update this next one. Okay, so I will remove item, and now this is quant. Okay, and here I will set heading quantity. Okay, quantity, and now I will remove item from here, and then I will use expiry, and here I will set expiry date. Okay, expiry date. Okay, so now these are our headings for our columns. Okay, so now I will save it, and then I will execute it to show you output, and here you can see these are headings for our columns. Okay, so I have 4 columns, so I will move it, but our columns are not moving. Okay, because this was not configured with table. Its size is according to number of columns, but it is not configured, so it cannot move our columns. Okay, so we have to configure it, and then we have to remove this empty column from here. So I will close this and also this, and here I will remove our empty column first. Okay, so self dot table, and then I will use here square brackets and then show. Now I have to show only headings. Okay, so here I have to use pair of comma, then headings. Okay, now it will show only headings, and next I have to configure the scroll bars. Okay, so first scroll bar was X scroll, and now I have to access configure method. Okay, configure, and now I will use command property. So I have to configure it with our table. So self, okay, self dot table, and then dot I have to use X view. Okay, I mean when it will be moved in X axis, then our columns will move. Okay, and then here I have to use by scroll, then dot configure. Okay, and then I will use command property, and here self dot table. Okay, dot y view, and when it will move, then our rows will move. Okay, so I will save it, and then I will execute it. Okay, so now when I will try to move it, our columns are moving. Okay, so now you can see our columns are moving when I move this scroll bar. Okay, so now this is configured successfully. Okay, so here our process is also completed. Now we have to make functional these buttons. Okay, this is add item, add quantity, search, show all items, and if a user wants to purchase item, then he will click this purchase item button. Okay, now I will define a function. So here I will define function by using def keyword, and name of function should add frame, because here we have to create a frame. Okay, add frame function, and here self will be passed as an argument. Okay, so here we have to create a frame. When this add item button will be clicked, then a frame will be opened, and in that frame we will insert name of item, total quantity, price of that item, and expiry date. Okay, so here we will create this frame. Okay, so this is add frame. Okay, and here tk dot frame will be used. Okay, so now I have to create this frame in our root window, self dot root, and then here I should use self with it. Okay, because I have to use it inside different functions. So this is our add frame that will be created in our main window, and then I will set a border with size 5, and then I will choose a style reddish. Okay, and then I will use a background color by using bg property, and here I will call color function self dot color, and I will use now red color. Okay, so here I will use 230 for red. Okay, So here red will maximum, and then here I will set 150 for green, okay, and then 180 for blue, okay. Now this is background color, and then I have to use place method, self dot add frame dot place, and then I have to set a width, okay. So width, here I will use global variable, that is width, that contains total width of our screen, and I will divide it by 3, okay. And then here I have to use height property, and height will self dot height, this is total height, and I will minus 200 from it, okay. So now I have to set a padding, okay. So I will use X property, and now I will use self dot width divided by 3. So this is width of option frame, okay. And then I will add 80 pixels with it, okay. So now I have to use Y, okay, and I will assign value to Y, and I will assign 100 or okay 110, okay. Now this is enough. So this is our add frame function, okay, and this add frame function will contain add frame, sorry, a frame with name add frame, okay. So we have to create some widgets inside this frame. So first is label, okay. So this is a label that will help user to tell them that what will be inserted in this input field, okay. Then we will create input field in the front of that label, okay. So this is a name label, okay, name label, and here we will create a label. So this is label, and it will be created inside our add frame, okay, add frame. And then here I will set a text. So I will set text insert item or item, okay, item name, and then here I will use a column. And next here I will use font property, and I will use tuple, and here font family is Arial, and size is 20, and I will use bold as a font style, okay. So I can set its background color. I will use the same background color that was used for our frame. So I will cut it from here, sorry, copy it from here, and then I will paste it right here, okay. So this is our label that will be created in our add frame function frame, okay. And then here this is label, okay, item name, and it is its font style, font family, and size. And then this is our background color. So I will go next, okay. And here name label dot grid, I will use grid layout, and as you know that grid contains rows and columns. So I will use row property, and I will assign 0 for first column, first row, and then column I will assign 0 for first column of first row. And then I will use x, sorry, pad x for padding in x-axis, and I will use 20, and I will use pad y, and then I will assign 30, okay. So next I will create input field in the front of this label. So this is name, because we have to get the name of item. So here I will declare a global object, okay, for this input field, self dot name, okay. And here I have to use tk dot entry. Now this is entry widget that will be used as an input field, okay. So next I have to create it in our add frame, sorry, self dot add frame, and then here I have to set its width. I will set 18, and then I have to set font styles. So I will use Arial, okay, and I will define its size 20, but I will not set it bold, okay, or I can set it 15 and then I will set it bold, okay. So you can choose any other option. So this is width, okay. I can also define its border. So I will use bd property and I will set border 2px, okay, pixel. And now I have to set its layout. So self dot name dot grid, and I will create it in our first row, okay, but in second column of first row, okay. And then I will use padding. So I will assign 10, okay, for x-axis and 20 for pad y-axis, okay. So here I will use 30. Now I want to show you this output, but for this I have to call this function, then our add item button will be clicked, okay. Add frame function, okay. So here I have to call here, okay, when add button will be clicked. So here I will use command property and then I will use self dot add frame function, okay. So now I will save it and then I will execute it to show you output. So here I will click this add item button, okay. Now here you can see that this is our item name label and this is our input field. I think I should decrease size of font for this label, okay. So in the same way we have to create some more widget in this frame, okay, that will be opened when we will click add item button, okay. I will close this and also I will close this, and here I will decrease font size, okay. So here I will set here I will set 15, okay. So I will go next, okay, and here I have to create one more label, okay. So this will our uh, item price, okay, price label, price label, and here I will use tk dot label, okay, and we will copy all these properties along with their values from here, and then I will paste them here inside this label method, okay. So now I have to change only this value, okay. So here I will type item price, okay, item price. So now I will copy this from here, okay. I cannot copy, I will use here name price label dot grid, okay, and then I will use row number. So now row number is second and column number is first for second row, and then I will use pad x 20 and then pad y 30, okay. So now I will create input field in the front of this label, okay. So here I will uh, use price self dot price, okay, self dot price, and here tk dot entry, okay, entry, sorry, entry, and then here I will copy these values from here, okay. I will copy all these from here and then I will paste them inside this, okay. And now I have to set its position. So I will go to next line and here self dot price dot grid. Now row number is second and also column number is second in second row, and pad x is 10 and pad y is 30, okay. So next I have to create one more input field with a label, okay. So now this will quantity label, okay, quant label, and here tk dot label, and now I will copy all these values from here, okay, and then I will paste them inside these parentheses, okay. Now I have to change, so I have to change text value. This is item quantity, okay, item quantity, and I will go next and I have to set its layout, okay, quant label dot grid, okay. dot grade, I have to use a row. Now row number is third, okay, and column is first of third row, and then pad x is 20 and pad y is 30. Okay, so now I have to create input field. So this is self dot quant, and then yes, here tk dot entry, and then I will copy all these values for entry widget from here, okay, and then I will paste them inside these parentheses. Okay, so now I will go next, and here I will use self quant, and then dot grid, and here I will use row number. Row number is third and column is second, and now I will use pad x, I will assign 10, and then pad y I will assign 30. Okay, so now I have to create one more input field. Okay, so this will for expiry, okay, expiry label, okay, and then here I will use tk dot label, okay, and now I will copy all these properties along with their values from here, okay, and then I will paste them here. Okay, now I will change name from here. So this is expiry, okay, expiry date or expiry, okay, sorry, expiry, and then here we have to set its layout. So expiry label, okay, expiry label dot grid, and I will use row. Now row is fourth and column is first or fourth row, and then pad x, here I will use 20, and then pad y is 30. Okay, so I will go next, and here I have to create input field. So self dot expiry, okay, and then here I have to create input field tk dot entry, okay, entry, and here I will use these values, so I can copy them from here, okay, and then I will paste them here. Okay, so now I will go next, and I will set its layout. So self dot expiry, okay, and dot grid, and here I will use row number. So next row number is fourth and column is second for fourth row, and pad x is 10 and pad y is 30. Okay, so now I have to create button that will OK button or enter button, okay, or close button. So here I will OK button, okay, I will create OK button, and then tk dot button, and then I have to create this button in our add frame self dot add frame, okay, and here I have to set a text by using text property, okay, I will type enter, okay, and now here I have to set its width, okay, by using width property, and I will set value 20, and then I will use bd, and I will assign 3 value, and then I will choose relief property, and I will assign value raised, and then here I will use font property, and here I will use Arial for family, and then I will use 20 for size, and then I will set it bold. Okay, and now I have to set its layout. So here I will use OK button dot grid, and now it will be created in our fifth row. Okay, so row is fifth, okay, so column is first, and pad x, okay, is 30, and pad y is also 30. Okay, so I will save it, and then I will execute it to show you complete output of that frame or add frame. I will click OK. So now here you can see this is our item name, item price, item quantity, and expiry, and this is enter button, but our input fields are not appearing here. Okay, This is because of this enter button, because this enter button is occupying large space in first column. So now first size of first column is from here to here, and for this reason our input fields are out of the add frame. Okay, so we have to adjust the problem by creating this enter button in two columns. Okay, so we have to merge two columns for this enter button, then everything will uh, in its place. Okay, so I will close this, and also I will close this. I can increase padding value for vertical, and here I have to merge two columns by using column span property. So I will assign two to merge two columns. Okay, so I have executed the project, and now I will click add button, and here you can see everything is in its place. Okay, so now I will click enter button. So in this way all the items will be inserted in our database. Okay, so here you can add item. Okay, so now we have to make functional this enter button. So we have to define a function that will be called on clicking this enter button. Okay, now I will close this output, and also I will close the terminal. Okay, so next I have to define a function. Okay, so after this add frame function I will define new function with def keyword. Okay, def keyword, and now this will add function. Okay, add function. This previous was add frame function, but this new one is add function. Okay, and we will pass self as an argument, and I will go next. And here I have to get all these values, and then I will insert these values in our table in database. Okay, so I have to get all these values from here, self dot name. Okay, and self dot price, and then self dot quant, and in the last self dot experience, oh sorry, expiry. Okay, so I have to get values from these input fields. Okay, so here first of all I will get them. Okay, so first was name. Okay, so in fact this is a item. Okay, or item name, and here I will get these values from input fields. So first input field was self dot name. Okay, and then we have to get these values by using dot get. Okay, so in this way we are getting this value from this input field. Okay, or entry widget. Okay, so now I have to get price. Okay, so here price I will use self. Okay, dot price dot get. Okay, and in the same way I have to get uh, quantity. Okay, so quant, and then self. Okay, dot quant dot get. Okay, and then I will get expiry. Okay, so here I will use exp, and then here I will use self dot quant. Okay, dot get. So in this way I will get all these values from our these input fields in our frame. Okay, and frame name, sorry, where is our frame? Add frame function. Okay, so we are getting all values from there, and now I have to check condition that if all the input fields are initialized, then okay, otherwise we will print error message that please fill all input fields. Okay, so here I will use if condition, and then if item name. Okay, if item name is initialized, then it's mean that our input field was initialized. Okay, otherwise it was skipped, and if it is skipped then we will print error message. Okay, otherwise okay, so here I will use and now price. Okay, if price is initialized, then we will check quant. Okay, if quant is also initialized, then we will check this expiry. Okay, and if any one of these options or input fields are empty or skipped, then we will print error message by using else. Okay, and now here we have to print a message by using message box. So here I will use tk.messagebox, but first here I have to import message box from tkinter. Okay, from tkinter import message box, and here I can use this message box tk dot message box dot show error. So we have three types of this message box, three main types. First is show error, second is show warning, and third is show info. Okay, so this is to show any error. Okay, so we will set a title. So title should error, and then we will print message a string that please, okay, please fill all input fields. Okay, so this message will be printed if any one of the given input fields is skipped. Okay, so if everything is fine, then we will go inside it, and here I will use try and accept block. Okay, so here I will use accept block. Okay, so accept exception as e. Okay, so it will accept exception, and we will print that exception by using message box. Okay, tk dot message box dot show error. Okay, and then here we will set title error. Okay, error, and then here I will print a formatting string. Okay, formatting string you can use also e here, because this e is a variable that is containing any exception. Okay, otherwise if you want to add some string with this variable value, then you can use formatting string, because this formatting string can carry variable value and string value. Okay, so here I will use string error, and here I will print error by using this e variable. Okay, so now I will go inside this try block. Okay, so try and accept, and here I have to use database, or I have to connect with database. Okay, so for this I will define a function that will help us to connect with database. Okay, so here I will use def keyword to define a new function, and I will set name db function. Okay, db function, and here I will pass self as an argument, and I will go next, and here I have to connect with database. So first of all I have to define an object for that connection. Okay, so self dot connection, this is a global connection. Okay, sorry, global object for connection. So now I have to connect with database, so I will use py_mysql. This is an extension for Python mysql. Okay, so here is an error because still I have to import it. Okay, so here I will import, okay, py_mysql. If you have still an error, then you have to install extension. So it means that you have not installed extension. So how can you install that extension? You will click here and open terminal. Then you will choose new terminal, and after opening it, you will type a command, that is pip install, okay, py_mysql. So this is extension for Python mysql. So you will press your enter key from your keyboard. In the result, your extension will be installed successfully. Okay, then you will not face any error for this py_mysql. So I have imported this py_mysql here as a library, and then here I am using it right here. Okay, so where is our db function? This is db function, and here our error is removed successfully. So py_mysql dot I will access the connect method. Okay, so I have to connect with database. So now this is the connect method. Here we have to pass some arguments, okay, to provide information about our database and password. Okay, so here first of all I have to define that which is our host. Okay, so I will use host property and I will assign name of our host. So by default our host is localhost. Okay, so local host, and then here I will use user property. Okay, because I have to define our user. So by default root is our user. Okay, so next here I have to define my password. So I will use password, yeah, or pass wd. Okay, property, and here I will provide my own password and you will enter your own. Okay, so now I have to define the name of our database. So here I will choose database property and I will define name of my database. Okay, and you will enter your own database name, and here I have to access cursor. Okay, so I will set object for cursor. So this is our object for cursor. Okay, and now I have to access this cursor by using self dot, sorry, connection object dot cursor. Okay, so we have accessed this cursor. So now we can call this database function to connect with database, and then we will use this object, okay, or this cursor to execute our queries. Okay, so we will go back inside our add function, and here inside our try block I will call this function self dot database function, and then here, okay, here I will execute my query. Okay, so here I will call our cursor self dot cursor dot execute. I will access execute method, and now I have to execute my queries. Okay, so first query, because I have to insert this item with its specification in our database. Okay, so I will use insert query. Okay, insert into market. Okay, because name of our table is market. Okay, so insert into market. Okay, and then I have to define column names. Okay, so here first column was item, second was price, third was quant, and fourth one was expiry. Okay, so these are our columns, and here I have to insert values in these columns. Okay, so here I have to pass placeholder, and this placeholder will be replaced with actual values. Okay, so now we have four columns in our table, and that's why here I have used these four placeholders. Okay, now I have to replace these placeholder with actual values. Okay, so here I will use comma, and now I have to pass values in tuple because I have to assign more than one values for these queries. Okay, so here I have these values inside these variables. Okay, but here is an problem. Okay, what is the problem? We have type these columns with type integer, price is with type integer, expiry is with type integer, and also our expiry is with type date. Okay, but our input field or entry widget returns us value in type string. So now we have to convert them into their actual types. Okay, so here inside this if condition I have to convert them. Okay, so item name, this is string type. Okay, and also our column with name item is type string, so we do not need to convert it into any other type. Okay, so because this is a returning value in type string, that's why we do not need to convert it. Okay, but our price is integer type. Okay, in our database, but here this input field is returning value in type string, so now we have to convert it into integer. Okay, so here I will use quant int. Okay, sorry, quant int, and here I have to convert, sorry, first should price. Okay, no problem, I can convert it later. So here I will call int function. Okay, and now I will pass quant. Okay, now this is the quant that is holding value with type string, and now here we have called int function. Now this function will convert uh, this quant into integer. Okay, then we will assign this converted value into quant int variable. Okay, so in the same way we have to convert price. Okay, so now price underscore int, and here I will use int function, and then I will pass price. Okay, and now this will be converted into integer and will be assigned to price int variable. In the same way we have to uh, convert this expiry, okay, or date into type date. Okay, so here I will use expiry. Okay, expiry date. Okay, and now here I have to convert it into date. So how can we convert it? We will use here we have to define or add a library that is date time. Okay, so here we will import from date time. Okay, date time, import date time. Okay, so we have imported it. I think I have any error. Okay, this is not used, so when I will use it, then this error will be removed. Okay, so where were we working? Now I will use this date time, and then I will access function string p time. Okay, string p type, and then here first I will use this time. Okay, that is with type string. Okay, that is exp. Okay, and here I have to convert it to date format. Okay, so I will use format here, first modulus. Okay, and then y for year, and then modulus, m for month, and then modulus and d for day. Okay, now it will be converted into this date format. Okay, so now I will go next, and here I have to insert these values in here. Okay, in this tuple. So these will be replaced with these placeholders. Okay, so here I will use our first variable, that is item name. Okay, because first is item, so here I will use item. Okay, item name, and second is price int. Okay, price underscore int, because our price column in our market table is type int. Okay, so here I will use next, that is quant. Okay, so here quant int, and last one is date, so here I will use expiry date. And next, okay, now I have to make sure that I have to insert these values in our table. So I have to make some changes in our database, so I have to commit it. Okay, so self dot connection and dot commit. Okay, so when you are going to making some changes in your table or database, then you have to commit it. Okay, so now I will insert these values in our database. So next I have to print a message that this item is successfully inserted. Okay, so here I will use tk dot message box dot show info. Now I am using this type show info, and here I will set title success. Okay, and then here I will use formatting string, because I have to use string and variable value. So now I will use that item. Okay, and then I will print item name. So here item name is in item name variable. Okay, so item name is inserted successfully or added successfully. Okay, added successfully. So this message will be printed if we have successfully added this item in our table of database. Okay, so next we have to print this item in our table. okay, that is tree view widget. So we have to print this information of inserted item will be added in our table. Okay, so I will use that table. So self dot table. Okay, now I have to delete previous if it is containing any um, existing value or previous value, then first we have to delete that existing value from there. So here self dot table dot delete. Okay, now we have to delete all values in our column. So here we have to use asterisk for all. Okay, from self dot table and then get children. Okay, so it will get all values from columns and then they will be deleted. Okay, so now we have to insert new values. For this I have to use another query by using this cursor. So now I will retrieve these values from our database. So here I will use query self dot cursor dot execute. Okay, now I have to select information of this specific item. Okay, so I will search it on the basis of item's name. Okay, so here select. Okay, select all from market. Okay, where name or item, name of column was item is equal placeholder, and now I have to replace this placeholder with actual value that exists in our item name variable. Okay, so now we have to retrieve this row in a list. Okay, in a local list. So here I will declare a local list with name row. You can use different name. Okay, and then I will use self dot cursor dot fetch one. I will access this method fetch one. It will fetch a single row and we will assign this row to this row list. Okay, so it will contain these values in its indexes. Okay, so now here we will insert this row in our table or tree view. Okay, so here I will use self dot table. Okay, dot insert. Now we have to insert it. First I will use empty space and then I will get last value in this preview, but still it is empty. So our this message or information will first value. Okay, so tk dot end, and now I will use values property and I will use row. Okay, here uh, information in our row will be assigned or inserted in our table. Okay, then we will close our connection. Okay, so here we have to close the connection with database. Okay, so self dot connection dot close. Okay, so I think this is completed. Now we have to call this add function. Okay, so I will call this add function here, but I have to do one more thing, so that I will explain later. Okay, now I will call this function. Name of function is add function and I have to call it here. Okay, in when our enter button in our add frame function will be clicked. Okay, so now I will use command property and here I will use self dot add function. Okay, add function, and now I will save it and then I will execute. Okay, so now we will see that what will happen when I will try to add new item in our database. Okay, or our store. So I will add one item. So I have clicked add item button and now here I will add name of item. Okay, so I will use egg. Okay, and price of egg I will enter 10. Okay, so 10 rupees or $10, you can set it according to your currency. Okay, and then item quantity I will set it 12. Okay, and I will skip this last one and I will see that what will happen. Okay, I will click enter key. So error message is not printed. I will see that what is the problem. Okay, so error time date or does not match format. Okay, so format. So what is the problem? I think I am changing input fields here. Okay, so I will close this. Sorry, this problem is because of this incorrect function call. Okay, so here I have to use expiry, not quant. Okay, so this is self.expiry.get. Okay, so now I will close previous output or main window. I will save it and then I will execute it once again, and now I will see that what will happen. I will try to add one item. Okay, so here I will add item with name egg. Okay, and I will enter price 10 and quantity I will add 12, and here I will skip this expiry. Okay, you can skip any other, but I am skipping this last one. I will click enter, and now this is error message. Here this is title. Okay, and then this is the string, that is please fill all input fields. Okay, I will click OK. Now I will fill this last one. Okay, so here I will enter 20. Okay, 24, and here or 25, and here I will use month. Okay, 0 1, or here I can use comma. Okay, I think I should use 0 1. Okay, if we have any error, then we can handle that. Okay, so 0 1 and 0 1, first date of first month of 2025. I will click enter, but still there is an error. So what is the error? Error is that our this format is not matching with our date format. Okay, so I will close this, and here I will try to set it. What will happen if I will use here this hyphen, and also I will use here hyphen. Okay, so now I will try to add this information. Okay, now I will click enter, but still I have to execute it once again. I will save it and then I will execute it. Okay, so now I will try to add this item once again. Okay, so this is egg, price 10, quantity 12, and I will try to add date. Okay, so 25 and 0 1 and 0 1. Okay, now I will click enter button. So there is a problem, unknown column exp in field list. Okay, I will close it, and also I will close this. Okay, now see one thing, that here if I want to close this frame, then we cannot close it. Okay, so I want to close it when enter button will be clicked. Okay, and then it should close if values inserted successfully in database. Otherwise, if we have any error from database or from Tkinter or from Python, then also it should be destroyed. Okay, so I will close this and I will close this also, and now what is the problem I will see. Okay, so here this is our query. Okay, item expiry quant. Okay, sorry, name of column was expiry. Okay, expiry. Okay, so this was incorrect column name, so name was expiry. Okay, now it is correct, and now we have to uh, destroy our frame, that is add frame, so we have to destroy that. Okay, so here I will define a function. Here I will define function to destroy this add frame. Okay, so here I will use destroy add frame. Okay, and here I will pass self as an argument, and now I will use self dot add frame. This is the add frame. Okay, as you know, this is add frame, we have to destroy it. Okay, add frame dot destroy. Okay, so now I have to call this function when our information will be inserted successfully in our database. Okay, so I will call this function. So here when our success message will be printed, then we have to destroy it. Okay, so this is our message box that item is added successfully. So after this message I have to destroy it. Okay, so self dot destroy add frame, and also I will copy it and then I will paste it when we are facing any error from our database. Okay, I will paste it here. Okay, now I will save it and then I will execute it. Okay, now I will see that what will happen. I will click add item button again, and now I will use add. Okay, and then price 10, and then item quantity I will add 12 items, and then expiry I will use 25. Okay, and then I will use first month and first date. Okay, I will click enter, and now item egg is added successfully. I will click OK. Then when I will click OK, then this frame will be destroyed and our information will be inserted here. Okay, I will click OK, and our frame is destroyed, and this is information of our item. Okay, so here you can see expiry date and quantity and then price, and this is egg name. Okay, so now I have to make this add quantity button functional. If we have to add some more eggs or other item, then we will click this add button quantity and we will enter name of quantity. Okay, sorry, name of item, and then we will add new quantity. Okay, so in this way we have to update this column, quantity column. Okay, so I will close this and also I will close this. Okay, now I have to define another function. So here I will go. Okay, here, so this is after our add function and before database function, but you can define it anywhere. Okay, so now here I will define a function by using def keyword. Okay, so def, and then I have to define function name, so it should quantity frame. Okay, quant frame. So or here I can say that this is add quantity frame. Okay, add quant frame, sorry, quant frame, and here I will pass self as an argument and I will go next. Now I have to create a new frame. Okay, so when we will insert new values in that frame, so we have already a frame. I will copy this code of frame from here. Okay, I will copy this from here. Okay, and then okay, from here to here, and then I will copy this, and now I will paste this right here in our add quant frame. Okay, so now I have to remove some options. So this name is fine, and price I have to remove price. Okay, I will remove it from here. Okay, and now here quantity will be added, and now I have to remove expiry, but okay, we can update expiry. Okay, so now we will update expiry of this item. Okay, because now this is new quantity, so we have to update it. Okay, so I will keep it as it is, and then this is OK button. I will remove this function from here. Okay, so I will go next. I will remove it totally. Okay, so I have removed command property. Now here I have to define another function. Okay, so I can change name of variables, but I think no problem if I try to use them like they are used previous. Okay, so here I will use def keyword to define new function. Sorry, def. Okay, and then here I will create new function that should quant function. Okay, quant function, and here I will pass self as an argument. Okay, and then here, okay, so here I have to get these values. Okay, first is our name of item, second is our quantity. Sorry, here I have to change their rows. Okay, so name is in first row, quantity should in our second row. Okay, so here I will add it in our second row, and then expiry should in our third row, not in our fourth row. Okay, and this button should in our uh, fourth row. Okay, and also I can decrease the size of this frame. So here I will decrease height. So here I will decrease 350. Okay, or 300. I will decrease 300 from total height. Okay, so I will show you this output, that how this function is working. I will close this and I will save it and execute it. Okay, now we will see what will happen when I will try to add quantity button. Sorry, I have to call the function. Okay, so this is add quantity frame function, and I have to call it here. Okay, in our option frame, I will close the terminal, and where is our option frame, and here this is add button. Okay, option frame quantity button. So here I have to use command property. Okay, and now I have to call self dot add quantity frame. Okay, so now I will use comma and I will save it, and then I will execute it. Okay, so I will click this add button, and here you can see this is our new frame. Okay, so here I have to insert uh, name of item, and there then I have to insert uh, total new quantity. Here I can update this label and I can set new quantity. Okay, and then here I can add new expiry date. Okay, and I will click enter. Okay, I will close this, and also I will close this. Okay, so now I have to define new function. So I will go next, and here I will define it. So I will use def keyword, and then this is a quant function. Okay, I will pass self as an argument, and then I will go next. Here I have to get name of item, then I have to get quantity, new quantity, and then so here I can update it. Okay, I will add here new quantity. Okay, so now I have to get these values from here. So here I will use this. Okay, so now self, sorry, first I will use item name. Okay, and here I have to get item name from input field self dot name dot get. Okay, and here you can change this variable. Okay, so here I can use new name. Okay, new name. Okay, or you can say here that updated name. You can use any name for this object. Okay, so here also I will use new name. Okay, so this should new name. So next here, this is quantity. Here I will use new quant. Okay, new quant, and this should also new quant. Okay, new quant. So here I can change also expiry. So here I will say that new expiry. Okay, sorry, new expiry, and this is also new expiry. Okay, okay. Now I have changed object names from there. So now here I will use new name. Okay, not name. So new name. Okay, so I have to get this name, and then I will assign this name to item name variable. This is a local variable. Okay, and now I will go next, and here I will define another variable that will carry new quantity, okay, because I have to insert new quantity. So quant, and here self dot new quantity, okay, new quantity dot get, okay, and then I will get expiry, okay, expiry, and here self dot new expiry, okay, dot get, okay. I will get these values with type string, and now I will set if condition, okay, if, and then I will see that all input fields are initialized, then okay, otherwise we will print error message, okay. If item name, okay, and if quant, okay, and if expiry, okay. If all these variables are initialized, then okay, otherwise we will print error message, okay. So here I will use else, and I will use tk dot message box dot show error, and here I will set a title that should error, okay, and I will print error that please, okay, please fill all input fields, okay, input fields. So this message will be printed if any of these input fields are skipped, okay. So I will go next, and now I have to convert quantity and expiry into their actual types, okay. So new value should quant underscore int, and here I have to convert this quantity into integer, okay. So next I have to convert expiry into date, okay, expiry date, okay, and here I will use date time dot string p type, okay, p time and expiry, and here I have to add this expiry, okay. So I will add it like that, okay. First modulus year, then hyphen, okay. You can use any format. I can use also here this uh, backslash sign, okay, but I will use hyphen, okay. And next I will use modulus month, and then I will use modulus, okay, modulus month and day, okay. So it will be converted into type date, and I have to insert these values in our table, or we have to update our table, market table, okay. So here I have used else, and I will use try block, and then accept block, okay. So here I will use accept, accept exception, okay, as E, and I will copy this code from here, okay. I will copy this from here, and then I will paste it, okay. So now I will paste it right here, okay. So now if we are facing any problem, then we can easily understand it and we can handle it. Now inside our try block, I have to call database function self.db function, okay. And now I will update this previous columns, okay, or values of column. So here I will use self.cursor, okay, dot execute method, and now I have to update our columns, okay. So I have to execute our query that update, okay. I have to use update market, okay, and we have to set our columns. First is our quantity, okay, quant. So here I will use here placeholder, and here I will use and sign, sorry, keyword, and then here I have to update expiry, okay, expiry, and here also I will use modulus sign, okay, and then I will use where clause, where item is equal placeholder, okay,
and now I have to replace this placeholder with actual values. Okay, so first is our quant. Okay, so now here I will get new quantity. Okay, so this, sorry, quantity, so this is quant int. Here I have to use quant int. Okay, quant int, and next I have to use expiry date. Okay, expiry date, and next I will use new, sorry, item name. So these are the variables. This is item name, and then quant int and expiry date. Okay, so I have used these variables here in tuple. Okay, so now next I have to commit it, because we have to make changes in our database by using update query. Okay, when we are using update or insert query or delete query, then we are going to make changes in table, so we have to use commit method. Okay, if you are using select query, then you do not need to use your commit method. Okay, self dot connection dot commit. Okay, so now I have to print message that operation was successful, or item is updated successfully. So here I have to use tk dot message box dot show info, and we have to print message. First title is success, and then here I have to print message by using formatting string that item, and here we have to print name of item, so that is in our item name. Okay, is updated, is updated. Okay, and now I will go next. Okay, and I have to print information of this item. Okay, because this is updated, now we have to print this new information. Okay, so here I have to close the frame first. For this I will call function self dot destroy. Okay, add frame. Okay, we will destroy this add frame, and now here I have to execute one more query, self dot cursor dot execute. Okay, now we have to select this new information from our table. Okay, select all from, okay, from market table, and we have to use where clause to filter specific item. So where item is equal placeholder, and we have to replace this placeholder with item name variable that is containing actual item name. Okay, so now we have not to use commit method, because we are using select query, and select query does not make any changes in our table. Okay, so here I have to use self. Okay, I have to get information, so I will use a row. This is our list, local list, and then we will use self dot cursor. Okay, dot fetch one. Okay, it will fetch one row, and now I have to call our table, self dot table. Okay, dot delete. So first we have to delete previous information from there. Okay, so I will use a static self dot table dot get children. Okay, and next I have to insert new values in this table. Okay, so self dot table dot insert. Okay, and here I will use empty space, then tk dot end. Okay, then I will use values property, and I will assign row to this property. Okay, and then we will close the connection. So self dot connection, sorry, self dot connection dot close. Okay, so now I have to call this function. Function is our quant function here. Okay, so I will use command property, and here I will call this function self dot quantity function. Okay, so here I will use comma, and also I will call here our function that is destroy frame. Okay, so self dot destroy add frame. Okay, so now I will save it and then I will execute it, and now we will update information. Okay, so I will add quantity. Okay, so item name should egg. Okay, and here new quantity I will add 3 more eggs. Okay, and expiry date of these items should uh, 25. Okay, 2025 and 02 month, second month, and first date. Okay, I will click enter and item egg is updated. I will click OK. Now here you can see that now quantity is 0. Okay, why quantity is 0? While I have inserted 3 more eggs. Okay, okay, sorry, I have a problem. Okay, I will close this. I will close this also. Okay, so what is the problem? I have to calculate a new value. I have to get previous number of item, then I have to add new number of item with previous number of item, then we have to update it. Okay, so we are doing a mistake in our quant function. Okay, so here update, this is update, but first I have to get previous information. Okay, self dot cursor. Okay, dot execute, here I have to execute a query. So what is the query? Select, I have to select quantity. Okay, select quant from, sorry, select quant. Now I am selecting only one column, that is quant. Okay, from market table where item is equal placeholder, and then here I have to replace this placeholder with actual value, that is item name. Okay, now I have to fetch this information in our list. Okay, so this is our item. Okay, or previous quantity, you can use any name. Okay, item, and here we have to fetch this item. Okay, so self dot cursor dot fetch one. Okay, and then we will use it. Okay, so now we have to update it. Okay, so how can we update? I will declare a variable, and now this is item, and as you know that this is a list, and a list always contains values in its indexes. Okay, so here I have to define index number. So here index number is first index. Okay, so it is also a single value in this item, so here I have to use 0. I mean this is first index. Okay, if you are using some more column, for example quant and price, and here you have to use this price, then you will use here 1. I mean second index of this list. Okay, I will remove it from here, and here I will use 0. Okay, so now I have to add new quantity. Okay, so new quantity, I am getting quantity, yes, so this is quant int. Okay, so I have to get this new quantity. Okay, and I will add it with previous quantity. Okay, so here I have to add quant int. Okay, quant int. So now I have to use this UPD. Okay, instead of this quant. Okay, I have to use UPD. UPD. Okay, so now here we are adding new value with previous value, and then we will assign that value here. Okay, so in the same way I am assigning new expiry date here. Okay, where item is item name is equal to item name. Okay, so now we have successfully updated this information. Okay, so now I will save it and then I will execute it. Okay, so I will add quantity. So quantity item name is egg. and new quantity I will add 5, okay, and expiry I will use 225, okay, and 0105. I will click enter, okay, egg item egg is updated. I will click OK, and now here, sorry, our date and quantity is not updated. I think we have problem in our query. Okay, we will see that what is the problem. So it is also not updated and quantity is also not updated. So I will close this and I will see that what is the problem. I think I have any problem in our query. Okay, I think I have not to use and here. I have to use a comma. I will save it and then I will execute it once again. Okay, now I will try to add quantity egg, okay, egg, and here new quantity I will add 5 and new date I will 25, okay, 0105. I will click enter. Item egg is updated successfully. I will click OK. Okay. Sorry, I have to use comma, not and. Okay. So now here you can see quantity is 5. Now it is updated successfully and expiry is 5 date of first month of 2025. Now I will try to update it once again. I will add quantity. Okay. And here item name is egg and I will add new quantity 7, it should total 12, okay, and now I will add expiry, so 2025, okay, 0108, okay, I will click enter. So item egg is updated and here you can see now quantity is 12 and expiry date is 8 of first month of 2025, okay. So now it is working successfully, okay. So now I have to make this search button functional, okay. So for this I will close this previous main window and then terminal, okay. So next I have to define another function for frame, okay. So this should our search frame, okay. So def, I will use def keyword to define new function and then new function name should search frame, okay. Sorry, search frame function, okay, or simply search frame, and here I will pass self as an argument and then I will use colon, okay. So now I will copy this code from here, okay. So this add quantity frame code I will copy this from here, okay, add quantity, or I can also, okay, I will copy this, okay, and then I will paste it in next function. So I will go inside next function and then I will paste it here, okay. So now I have to search it on the basis of item name. So I will remove others these two things from here, I mean quantity and price, okay. I will remove them from here, okay. Now this is only name, so I will go back and okay. So now I have to change row number for this button, okay. So here I will use second row. In first row we will use name and in second row we will use button, okay. So I have to decrease size of this frame also. I will decrease 400, okay, or 450 from total height, okay. So now I have to remove this function from here, okay, and now I have to define a new function. So here I will use define or def keyword, okay. So next I have to define function name, okay. So search function, this is search function. I will pass self as an argument and now I will get this name, okay. So I can change this name. So here I can use search name, okay, and this is also search name, okay, and then I will go next and I have to use this variable here. Okay, sorry, this is an object. Okay, so self, sorry, I will declare a local variable that should item name. Okay, you can use any other, but I am using this variable. So self dot search name, okay, dot get. So next, here I have to use try block, okay, and accept block. So here I will use accept, okay, accept exception as E, and then here I will print error message tk dot message box dot show error, and here I will set title, so this should error, and then formatting string, okay, and this is error string, and then I will use variable E. Okay, so now I will go inside this try block, and here I will call self.database function, and here I will use query self.cursor, and then dot execute. I will access execute method, and now I have to search a specific item, so I will use select all from market, and now I have to filter our item, okay, where item is equal placeholder, and now I have to replace this placeholder with actual value, that is item name. Okay, so now I have to get this row in our local list. Okay, so self dot cursor dot fetch one. Okay, so now I have to use self.table, and I will delete previous information from this table. Okay, so I will delete all self dot sorry, here I have to use table dot get children. Okay, so I will go next, and now I will insert new values in our table. Okay, table dot insert. So I have to insert values, first empty space, then tk dot end, and then I will use values property, and I will use a row. Okay, so next I have to close the connection with database. So self dot connection dot close. Okay, so now this is successfully completed. Okay, and here I have to call this function right here when our enter button will be clicked. Okay, so command, and here I will call self dot search function. Okay, search function, I will use comma here. Okay, and here we can do one more thing, that if a user entered name is incorrect, then we can print error message that this name or this item does not exist. Okay, so how can I do that? I will use if condition after this method. Okay, after this statement, when we are retrieving this information or row from database, and then we are assigning it to our list with name row. Okay, after it I will use if condition, that if row exists, okay, then okay, otherwise we will print error message. Okay, so if row, then we will delete previous information and will insert new information. Okay, so then also we have to destroy this frame. Okay, so here we will destroy our frame, so I will call function self dot destroy add frame. Okay, and now here I will use else. Okay, here I will use else, and then I will print message tk dot message box dot show error. Okay, and here we will print error. First I will set title. Okay, then I will use string, and I will say that item does not found. Okay, or item does not exist in our store. Okay, does not exist in store. Okay, so this message will be printed if this item name was incorrect. Okay, if item name is incorrect, then it mean that we are not fetching any row and this row list is not initialized. Okay, here we are checking that if it is initialized, then we will print its information. Otherwise, we will print message that this item does not exist in our store. Okay, so this is completed and now I will save it and then I will execute it to show you output. But first I have to call the function. This is search function. This was called here, but I have to call search frame function. Okay, so here I have to call this search frame function in our this search button. Okay, so command property will be used for that command. Okay, and here I will use self dot so search frame. Okay, now I will save it and then I will execute it to show you output. And here you can see that there is no any value for any item. Now I will search item, then if this item exists, then information of this item will be printed here. Okay, I will click search button and here if I will try to add T. Okay, and I will click enter. So here there is error. uh, you have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the corresponding. So T. So this is the error from database that this T does not exist. Okay, so I will click OK, and here I will try to add egg. Okay, now I will click enter. So still egg. Okay, I will click OK. Now I will see, I will close it. Okay, and also I will close it, and now I will see that what is the problem in our query. Okay, so here in our search function I will see select all from market. Sorry, here I have to use where clause. Okay, where item is equal placeholder. Now I will save it and then I will execute it. Okay, so now I will try to search it and here I will use T. Okay, so as you know that T does not exist in our market table. I will click enter. So here this is an error message that item does not exist in store. Okay, and then I will add egg. Okay, now I will use egg and I will click enter key, and here you can see this is egg and other is information of that egg. Okay, so now I can show all information, all items and their information here. For this I will add some quantity, some new item. For example, tea. I will add price 15. Okay, and here I have to add quantity. So I will set 10. Okay, expiry I will use 24. Okay, and its month should 12 and its date should 30. I will click enter. This item is successfully inserted. Okay, I will add one more item and here I will insert item name. So item name I will use sugar or butter. Okay, butter. Okay, price I will add 30 and then item quantity I will add 15 and expiry I will use 2024. Okay, and 12 or December and 15 date of December. Okay, I will click enter key. This item is also successfully inserted. Now I will search T. Okay, now here I will try to search T and I will click enter, and here you can see this is information of T. Okay, so now I have to make functional this show all button. I will close this and also I will close the terminal and I will go next. Okay, so after this search function I will define another function. Okay, so here I will use def keyword and here I have to uh, give a name to our function. This is show all function. I will pass self as an argument And now here I will use try block, okay, and then I will use here accept block, okay, accept, sorry, accept exception as e, and here we can print our exceptions tk dot message box, okay, dot show, sorry, show error, and here we will set title, that is error, sorry, error, and here we will use formatting string, okay, and this is our part of string, and then I will use colon and variable e that contains our exception, okay, and now inside our try block I will call our database function self.db function, and here I will access our cursor self.cursor.execute method, and now I have to execute select, okay, select all from market table, okay. So now I have not to use where clause, okay, because we have to uh, add information of all items, okay. So here I have to select all from market table, and then we will fetch this information in our list, okay. So here I will use rows or data, okay, you can use any name for your list, and now self dot cursor dot fetch all, now we have to fetch all the rows, okay. So these are more than one rows, so here we have to use fetch all, okay. So next I have to delete previous information from our tree view or table, okay. So here I will use self dot table, okay, dot delete. So first I have to delete all from table, okay, from table, and then I will get children and I will delete them, okay. So next I have to use for loop for I, this is a local variable, and then here, and it can work at as a list also, okay. So here I will use in and then data, okay. So in first iteration row in our data list will be assigned to this I, okay, and information of this first row will be inserted in our tree view. Then in next iteration this data will assign next row to this I list. Now it will be worked as a list, okay. So now here in second iteration second row will be inserted or printed in our tree view, okay, and so on. Here I have to use self dot table, okay, dot insert. So now I have to insert values, so empty space tk dot end, okay, it will return as last value in our table, and then I have to use values, and then I will assign here I, okay. So now I have to close the connection. So I will go out of the body of this for loop, and here I have to close connection. So self dot connection dot close, okay. So now I have to call this function show all function when our show all button will be clicked in our option frame. So where is our option frame? So this is option frame and all button, and here I will use command property, okay, and I will call here self dot show all, okay, and I will use comma. I will save it, and then I will execute the object, our project, okay. So now here I will test this option show all. I will click this show all. Now here all items with their information are printed in this tree view widget or this table. Okay, so this is egg, tea and butter and so on, and you can see all about these items. Okay, now I have to make this purchase item button functional. Okay, so I will close this. So this option is very important. Okay, I will close this and also close, and this is the main function of our project. Okay, so I will go next. Okay, and here, okay, after this show all function, here I will define an other function. Okay, so this should purchase function. I will define a purchase function. Okay, sorry, I have to go after this exception. Okay, and here I have to define this function by using def keyword, and here I have to create a frame first. Okay, so this should our purchase frame. Okay, purchase frame, and then purchase frame, and here I will pass self as an argument, and now I will copy frame from here. Okay, where is our quantity frame? Add quantity frame. It also contains quantity name. Okay, and here it also uses uh, quantity. Okay, quantity and item name. I will copy this code from here. Okay, including its button, and then I will use from here. I will copy it, and then I will paste it inside our purchase frame function. Okay, and now I have to make some changes, like here this should our item. Okay, that will be purchased self dot item, and it is also our item. And now I have to update next object, that is new quant. Here I will type quantity. Okay, quantity, and this is also our quantity. Okay, so now this is self dot quantity, and here I will remove this expiry from here. Okay, I will remove it completely. Okay, so now this is our enter button. So here I will change row numbers. So name is in first row, quantity is in second row, and then here button should in third row. Okay, so next I have to define one more function. So I will go next. Okay, and here I will use def keyword, and now I will define a function that should purchase item or print bill and like that. Okay, so I can use a print bill or bill function. Okay, bill function or purchase function, I think it is better. So because we were following the same procedure, so this should purchase. Okay, function, purchase function, and here I will pass self as an argument, and I will go next. Now I have to get this item name and quantity from this frame. Okay, so here I will get item name. Okay, first I will declare variable item name, and here I will get name of item. Okay, so here I will use self dot item dot get. Okay, and next I have to get quantity. So here I will use quantity, and here I will convert into integers. Okay, int, and then I will convert it into integer. So here I will call it. Okay, self dot quantity. Okay, quantity dot get. Okay, so now we will get information or value from this input field, and we will convert into integer. Okay, and we will assign to quantity variable. Okay, so next here I have to use try block. Okay, try and accept block. So here I will use accept block. Okay, accept exception as e, and here I will use tk dot message box dot show error. Okay, and here I will use title, that should error, then a formatting string. So here I will use f, and then this is part of string, and here I will use variable value, that is e. Okay, so like that. So here we will handle exception. Okay, so next here I have to call our database function self dot db function, and here, okay, sorry, after it here I have to use cursor self dot cursor dot, sorry, cursor self dot cursor dot execute. Now I have to access execute method, and then I will execute query. Okay, select. Okay, now we have to select quantity and price. Okay, and also date, expiry date. Okay, so here first I will select price, then quant, then expiry. Okay, expiry. So from market table, where item is equal placeholder, and here I will use item name that contains name of item. Okay, I will go to next line. So now we are selecting price, quantity and expiry columns. Okay, so here I have to get values of these columns or this row. So here I will use row, and then I have to fetch this specific row. Okay, so I will use self dot cursor dot fetch one, because it will return us single row. Okay, so here I will use if condition. If row if row exists initialized, then it means that item name is valid. Otherwise item name is invalid. So here I will use that enter a valid item name. Okay, so here I will use tk dot message box. Okay, message box dot show. Okay, show error. Now I have to show error, and here I will print message that first I have to set title error, and then I will print message by using formatting string that item. Okay, and then I will print item name that was entered by user. Okay, so this item or item, and then name will be printed does not exist. Okay, does not exist. So this message will be printed, and if everything is fine, then we will go inside this if condition. Okay, and here we have to get price. Okay, or even we can check expiry date. Okay, expiry date, and here I will check this expiry date. Okay, so first I will get 2 days date. Okay, so here I will declare variable with type today. Okay, here I will use date time. Okay, dot now. Okay, it will return us current time, and now we have to convert it into date. We do not need for time, I mean hours and seconds and minutes. Okay, so here I have to get this date in type date. Okay, so it will return us current date, and now we have to check that if our uh, expiry is greater than 0, sorry, greater than 0. Yes, if any day is remaining from expiry date, then okay, otherwise we will print that this item is expired. Okay, so here I will print, sorry, I have to calculate expiry date. Okay, so here exp, now I have to calculate expiry date. Okay, so here I have to choose expiry date from database that is in our third index of this row list. Okay, so here I will use row. Okay, and third index of row. Okay, and minus 2 day. Okay, 2 day, and we will convert it into days. Okay, so now here if row, then it means that our item name is correct or valid. Then here I have to uh, get today's date. Okay, or current date. Here I am getting current date, and now I am checking expiry date, that if days are greater than 0 or not. So here this is our expiry. Okay, from our database, and then we are subtracting our today's date from that. Okay, and now we are converting them into days, and we are assigning this to exp variable. Okay, so here I have to set an other condition. So I will go next. Okay, and here I will use if condition, and I will say that expiry is greater than 0. Okay, then okay, otherwise here I will print error message. I will use else, and here I will use tk dot message box, okay, dot show info, oh sorry, show error. Okay, here I have to print error, so title should error, and here I will use formatting string. Okay, and I will say that item this. Okay, and then I have to get name, so this is an item name variable. Okay, this t item is, for example, this is t. Okay, is expired, and we will print this message. Okay, if date expiry date or days are greater than 0, then here we have to calculate amount. Okay, so here I will use amount variable. Okay, amount, and then here I will calculate total amount. Okay, so now amount is in our uh, expiry, sorry, in our first index. Okay, so amount, and here I will use row list and first index of row list. Okay, first index, because price is in our first index, and we have to multiply it with total quantity entered by user, that is in this quantity variable. Okay, we have to multiply. For example, price is 10, then user is purchasing 2 items or 2 eggs, then we will multiply 2 by 10. Okay, so here I have to use quantity variable. Okay, so in this way we will calculate our amount for this specific item, and then we will assign this value or calculated value to amount variable. Okay, and now we will print this message into our list. Okay, but still we have to create a list or text box. Okay, so here we can calculate or define a function that will carry a text box. Okay, so here I will define function. So here this should bill. Okay, bill function. So now here I will use self as a parameter, and I will go next. Okay, so here I have to create a frame. Okay, so this should build frame, or here I will use self with it. Okay, self dot build frame, and here tk dot frame. Okay, so now I have to create frame in our main window or root window. So self dot root. Okay, and then I have to set a border for it. I will use 5, and then I will use relief property. Okay, and then here I will use uh, raised or rededge. Okay, I think rededge is better. And now here I will use background color by using bg property. Okay, and here I will use background color light green. Okay, light green. You can use color function also. Okay, so now I will go next, and I have to set its size, width, and height. Okay, so self dot build frame dot place. Okay, and here I will use width property, and now first I will get total width of our screen, self dot width, and I will divide it by 3. Okay, and I will add some more pixels with this size. Okay, so next I will use height. Okay, and now I will get total height, so self dot height, and now I will distract some value from it. Okay, so now I have to use x for horizontal padding, and here I will use self dot, so width of our option frame. So here I will get total width and divided by 3. This is width of our frame, option frame, and then we will add 80 with it. Okay, and now this is for paddings. So this total is padding, but this padding is according to width of our frame. Okay, and this is for our gaps. So next I will use y, and here I have to use comma, and then y I will assign 100 to this y. Okay, so now this frame will be created, and then here I have to use one more thing. So now I have to create a list inside it. Okay, so this should our list box self dot list. Okay, or list box, you can say anything, and here I have to use, or you can say bill box. Okay, I should set it like bill box. Okay, and now here I will use tk dot list box. Okay, and it will be created inside our bill frame. Okay, self dot bill frame, I will use this. Okay, and then here I have to set its width. Okay, so I have to set width like I can add 80 characters. Okay, 80 characters in a row. Then I will set height, I can insert uh, 15 lines in a list. Okay, and then here I have to use font property, and here I have to define that text family should Arial, and I will set size 15, and I can set it bold. Okay, I can set it bold. Okay, so now this is our list box. Its width, I mean total characters can be inserted in one row, those are 80, and we can insert total 15 row lines in this list box, and I am using font property to use font styles, font family, and size. Okay, so now I will go next, and here I will use self dot bill box. Okay, dot, and here I will use grid. Okay, grid, and then here I will use, this is grid, and next I can use row number. Okay, row number should first, column should also first. Okay, and then here I will use padding, pad x should 20, and pad y should, so here I will use pad y, and here I will use 30. Okay, and now we will create some buttons inside our this list box. Okay, so now, sorry, this frame, bill frame. So here the first button should okay button or close button, and next should purchase more item, and third should for total bill. Okay, so first should for purchase more. Okay, so here I will use purchase button. Okay, or purchase PUR button, and here I will create button tk dot button, and I will create this button inside our bill frame self dot bill frame. Okay, and next I will set text for it, and here I will set text, I can add close or purchase. Okay, this is purchase button, so here I will set purchase item or purchase more, so I can add only more. Okay, more item. Okay, and here I will set uh, its border by using bd property. I will use 3, and I will set its width. Okay, I will use 8, and then this is its width. I will use font property, and here I will use font family Arial. Okay, and font size 15, and I will set them bold. Okay, and then I have to create it in our second row. Okay, so this is purchase button. Okay, and dot grid, I have to create it in second row, sorry, row 1, and then column is also first of second row, and then I have to use x, pad x should 30, and pad y should 20 or 30. Okay, 30, and here I will go next. Okay, so now here I have to create one more button for print bill. Okay, so now this is bill button, and here tk dot button, and I will set the same values for same properties. So I will copy this from here and then I will paste it right here. Okay, so now only I have to change text value. So here print bill. Okay, print bill. So I will go next and I have to set its position by using grid method. Okay, bill button dot grid, and here I will use row. Now row should third, sorry, row will remain same and we will change columns. Okay, column should second, and pad x should 20 here, and pad y also 30. Okay, and I will go next, and here I will use another for close. Okay, so close button, close button, and here tk dot button, and I will insert all previous values in it, and now here I will type close. Okay, and now I have to set its position. Okay, I will go to next line, and here I will use close button dot grid, and here I will use row number. So row number will remain same, but we have to change columns. Okay, now column will third column. Okay, pad x should 30 or 20, and pad y should 30. Okay, so these are our three buttons. So next, here I have to test it. Now I will call this function when our button, I will call this function here, bill function, when our enter button will be clicked in our purchase frame. Okay, so here I will use command uh, property, and then I will call self dot bill function. Okay, so here we will call bill function. Okay, and now I will call this purchase frame function when our purchase button will be clicked. Okay, so our purchase button exists in our option frame, so always I will find this purchase button. Okay, purchase button in our option frame. So here I will use command property. Okay, and then I will call self. Okay, dot purchase frame, self dot purchase frame. Okay, now I will save it and then I will execute it to show you output. So now this is our main window, and I will click this purchase item button, and here I will insert item name and quantity. Here I have to type only quantity, not new quantity. Okay, I will update it and then I will click enter. So this is our list frame. Okay, so here we will print our bill amount and total bill, and this is only one button, but I have introduced three buttons. Okay, so this is because of a large size of this list box. Okay, so I have to merge three columns for this list box, then every button will in its place. Okay, and I have also decreased width of our list box. Okay, so I will close this and I will close the terminal, and here now I have to merge three columns for frame. Okay, so where is our frame? I will find, this is show on bill function and purchase function. Yes, here, yes, this. So here for bill box, that is a list box, I will merge three columns. Okay, so here I will use column span property and I will merge three columns. Okay, now I have to decrease size. I will set it on 40. Okay, now I am defining half of previous value. So I will save it and then once again I will execute it for output. Okay, so now I will click purchase item, and now I will click enter button. Okay, now all the buttons are in their places, and I have to increase some value for width of this list box. I think I should increase two or three. Okay, I will increase three. and I will close this, and also I will close the terminal. Now I will set 43. Okay, and also I will change this new quantity from here. I will type only quantity. Okay, so now I will save it and then I will execute. Okay, I will click purchase item and I will click enter button. Okay, now this is perfect. Okay, so these are our buttons: more item, print bill, and close. Okay, so now what will we do? We will call again our frame or previous that was called when we clicked this purchase item button. This, okay, this one. When we will click this more item button, then this frame will be created once again, and then we will enter name of item again, and then we will insert quantity. Okay, so when we have to print a total bill, then we will click this print button, and in the last we will click this close button. Okay, and then when this close button will be clicked, then this frame will be closed. Okay, so I will close it, and also I will close the terminal. Okay, so I will go next. This was bill function. Okay, and now I have to calculate bill. Okay, here we were calculating amount, as you know, in purchase function. Now I will insert a line with this amount in our list box. Okay, so here I will use another line. Okay, formatting string, and I will insert that value in my line variable. Okay, so here I will use uh, formatting string. Okay, now so here I will print amount of. Now here I have to print item name. Okay, so amount of, or first of all I have to print quantity. Okay, for example, user have purchased 2 eggs, so amount of 2 eggs is, then we will print amount. Okay, so amount of, so here I have to use quantity variable. Okay, so amount of quantity. Okay, and then here I will print uh, name of item. Okay, that is item name. Okay, and here I will print amount of 2 eggs is, and here we will print variable name, that is, okay, amount. So value of this variable will be printed here. Okay, so now here I will insert this line in our bill box. Okay, so here I will use self dot bill box dot insert. Now we have to insert this value in our list box. Okay, so we will insert this value after existing value or line. Okay, so here I will use tk dot end. Okay, and then here I will use this line. Okay, this line, and value of this line will be printed in our list box. Okay, so now we have to call this function, purchase function. Previous we have called this function when our button is clicked, and now we have to call this purchase function here after this list box. Okay, so we can also call it right here. Okay, I will call it here. Okay, so I will go above, and here I will call this function, that is purchase function. So self dot purchase function. Okay, I will call this function here. Okay, so now I will save it, and then I will execute it to show you output. So what will happen, I will see. So this is our output, and now I will click this purchase item button. I should decrease this height of frame. So here I will use item name, for example egg, and I will purchase 2 items. Okay, 2 egg. I will click enter, and here you can see amount of 2 egg is 20. Okay, it's fine. If now we have to purchase more item, so we have to click on this more item button. Okay, so when we will click this button, then our frame will be called again. Okay, So when we have to print total bill, then we will click this button. Okay, so I will close this and I will close also this, and now only I have to call our previous frame function, that is purchase frame. Okay, when our button, this more item, where is more item, okay, is will be clicked. Okay, so here I will use command property, and here I will call a frame. What is the name? Purchase frame. Okay, so self dot purchase frame. Okay, now I will save it and then I will execute it. Okay, so now here I will try to purchase two items. I will click purchase item, and here I will enter item name egg, and I will purchase two eggs. I will click enter. Okay, so now this is 20, and now I have to purchase one more item. I will click OK. Now I will purchase tea. Okay, tea, and here I will purchase three packets. I will click enter, and now our previous information or list, sorry, item name and with amount is removed because this function was called again. Okay, so that's why now this is new item, but I want to print this new item or this new line with or after previous line. Okay, so how can we do it? Okay, I will close it, and also I will close the terminal. So now to print more than one rows in this list box, I have to use a simple and easy trick. Okay, so I will go back in our bill function. Okay, so this is bill function. So what is doing here? So here when we call or click button, our purchase button, then this frame, okay, bill frame is created again, and our list box is created, or this yes, list box is created again, and new row or line is inserted, and when we click that button again, then it is created again. Okay, so now we will skip if it was created already. Okay, so in this way we can insert more than one lines or rows in the same uh, list box. Okay, so here we have to use a condition that if not has attribute. Okay, has, sorry, has attribute. Okay, so this is the function has attribute, so it will check that if so now I will explain this next thing. This is our self object, and if it does not contain or it does not have this list box. Okay, here I will use name is bill box. Okay, yes, this is bill box. Okay, bill box. So now it will check that if it has not attribute with name bill box, then it will create it again or for first time. Okay, and if it has already attribute with name list box, then it will skip this code. Okay, now I have to write this code inside our if condition. Okay, so here I will use our if condition. Okay, so here I will use tab key. Okay, now this is inside our if condition. Okay, so I will explain once again. It will check that if not has attribute with name list box, it means that it is first time, it was not created previous. Okay, then it will be executed, this code will be executed, and our list box will be created. Otherwise it will skip this code. Okay, and then it will call this function or it will use this function. Okay, so in this way we will able to print more than one lines or rows in the list box. Okay, so now I will execute it, and now I will test it. Okay, so here I will click purchase button, and here I will use name egg. Okay, and here I will enter quantity 2. Okay, I will click enter, and here now this is created because this was first time. So amount of 2 egg is 20. Now I have to purchase it one more item. I will click here on more item, and here I will enter T. Okay, and also here I will enter 3. I will click OK, and here this frame should destroy, so I will destroy this frame. Then we will able to see our output, okay, or our lines. I will close this, and also I will close this, and here inside our purchase function I will call our destroy add frame. Okay, so here I will use self dot destroy add frame. Okay, so now I will save it, and then I will execute it for output. And now I will click for purchasing item. I will type here egg, and then I will enter 2 egg. I will click OK or enter key. Now amount of 2 egg is 20, because amount of a single egg is 10. Okay, so now I will click more item button, and now I will purchase tea. Okay, T, and here I will enter quantity 3. I will click enter button, and now here you can see that we have successfully inserted 2 rows. Okay, so our frame is also destroyed. Now I have to purchase one more item. Okay, so here I will enter the name of item, that should butter. Okay, butter, and here I will purchase 2 butter or 3 butter or 5 butter. I can purchase any value. Okay, so here I will click enter, and now you can see our 3 lines are inserted successfully. Now we have to do one more thing. If we are purchasing 2 eggs, then we have to subtract these 2 eggs from total available number of eggs in our database. Okay, so in the same way we have to subtract 3 tea packets from total available quantity, and also we have to subtract these 4 butters from total available quantity in our database. Okay, so we have to do this process. I will close this, and also I will close this. Okay, and here I have to subtract this quantity from total available quantity. Okay, so here because I have selected this quantity, now I have to subtract uh, this user entered quantity from total available quantity. Okay, so here I will use UPD variable to update our uh, this quantity column. Okay, so here UPD, and then we will use quantity. Okay, quantity, sorry, this is in second index of row. Okay, so row, and we will use second index. Okay, and then here we will subtract this quantity from, I mean user entered quantity from this total quantity. Okay, so here I will use this quantity variable, quantity. Okay, now we are assigning this new value to UPD variable. Okay, so next we have to use a query. So for this, here I will use self dot cursor. Okay, and then dot execute. So I have to execute query, that is update query. Okay, update, and I have to update our market table. Okay, update market and set. So I have to set quantity. Okay, quant column, and here I will use placeholder. Okay, and then I will use where clause. Okay, where item is equal, and here I will use item name, that is in this variable. Okay, so here item is equal placeholder, and here I will pass values in tuple. So now I will use for first is quantity, and now updated quantity is UPD. Okay, UPD, I will insert this new value. Here this was total number of item, for example 12, and user was purchasing 2 eggs. Then we have to subtract 2 from 12. Okay, and new value is assigned to UPD, and here we are using this UPD for new value. Okay, and next I have to replace the second placeholder with item name. Okay, so now I have to commit it, because this is a change in database. Okay, so self dot connection dot
commit. Okay, so I have committed, and then I think this is completed, and here we are printing amount of this item, and then we are assigning or inserting it inside our list box. Okay, and then here this is our destroy function for our frame. Okay, so this is enough. Now we can update it successfully. Okay, so next I have to define another function, okay, for total amount. So I will go next. Okay, so here we have to print total bill. Okay, so I will use def keyword to define new function, and this is print, okay, bill function. And here I will pass self as an argument, and then I will go next. Now I will declare a global variable. Okay, so in the top of our project I will write it. Okay, so here before option frame you can use anywhere, but before all functions. Okay, so now here I will use comment. Okay, so this is global variable. Okay, global variable, and then here I have to declare variable self dot bill. Okay, or total bill, self dot total bill. So this will our variable. Okay, so I will go next, and here I can define its type, but okay, no problem, we can do work without defining its type. So here in the last, okay, this is very long code, I will provide source code. So next here inside our print bill I have to print a line. Okay, so first here I have to calculate this bill also. Okay, when here we are calculating amount, then we have to uh, add this amount in our total bill variable. Okay, so here I will use self dot total bill. Okay, total bill. So total bill, I think this is the name of variable. I will make sure because it can create problem for us. Okay, its name is total self dot total bill. Okay, fine, and here I will use it. Okay, here, so this is self dot total bill, and here I will use uh, amount. Okay, but sorry, here I should use plus. Okay, or even I can write it as self dot total bill. Okay, total bill, and then I have to add amount with it. Okay, amount. Okay, so here we are calculating a total bill. Okay, so in first iteration or first time I will set it 0. Okay, here I should assign it 0. Okay, so here I will initialize it with 0. Okay, so for first time its value is 0. Okay, and now here we are getting its value or existing value, that is still 0, and we are adding new amount with it. Okay, where is our function? Okay, here. Okay, here we are getting, sorry, I was confused, this is purchase function. Okay, here we are getting its previous value. Okay, then we are adding new amount with it, and then we are assigning this new value again to this variable. Okay, so here we will use this total bill. Okay, inside our print bill. So here simply we have to insert a new line. Okay, and then we will print total bill. So here I will use line. Okay, line. So this is our line variable with type string, because we have to assign a string to it. Okay, so here I will use first
hyphen hyphen. Okay, and this is a border. Okay, I think this is enough, and then I will use line 2. Okay, line 2, and this will build. Okay, so here I will use formatting string. Okay, and then here I will use some hyphens. Okay, or here even I can type that total bill. Okay, and here I will print total bill that exists in variable self dot total bill. Okay, so now I have to call this function. Sorry, but first I have to insert it in our list box. Okay, so here I will use self. Okay, dot list box. Sorry, list box. Sorry, name was bill box. Okay, so bill box dot insert. Now I have to insert this new value after existing values. Okay, so existing value is in tk dot end, and here I will use line 2 or line 1. Sorry, I should use first line 2. Okay, but line 1. Okay, first I will insert line, then I will insert line 2. Okay, so here I will use again self dot bill box. Okay, dot insert, and here I will use tk dot end. Okay, tk dot end, and then here I will use line 2. Okay, so now I have to call this function when our button, sorry, print bill button will be clicked. So where is our print bill button? Sorry, bill button. Okay, here I have to call this function. Okay, so I will use command property. Okay, and then here I will use self dot, so name is print bill. Okay, print bill. I will use comma. Now I will save it, and then I will execute it for testing, and then here I will click purchase button, and I will purchase egg. Okay, egg issued capital, and then here I will add quantity. I will click enter. Okay, 22 eggs are purchased. Okay, and now I have to purchase more item, so I will purchase tea and 5 packets of tea. I will click enter. Okay, now I have to print total bill. I will click it, and now here total bill is 95. Here you can see this is total bill, and total bill is 95. Okay, so now I have to make functional this close button. Okay, if I have to close this, then I will click this close button, then this will be destroyed. Okay, so I will close this, and also I will close this. Okay, so in the last I have to make functional our last button. Okay, so after this print bill button I will define another function that should our uh, name close. Okay, close function, and here I will pass self as a parameter, and here I have to destroy our bill frame. Okay, so here I will use self dot bill frame. Okay, bill frame dot destroy. Okay, I will destroy it, and I have to call this function when our close button will be clicked. So here I will use command property. Okay, and now I will use self dot close function. Okay, now I will save it, and then I will execute it. Okay, so now I will maximize it. So here we have purchased some item. For example, we have purchased 2 eggs. Okay, so now our eggs should 10 in quantity. So I will click this show all. Okay, and here you can see. Okay, here you can see that now our eggs are 10. Okay, previous its quantity was 12, and tea was in quantity 10. Okay, now we have purchased 5 packets, then it is equal to 5. Okay, and butter was purchased in 3 quantity or 5 quantity, sorry, or 4 quantity, okay, then it is updated also. Okay, so now I have to purchase some item once again, and here I will enter item name, I will enter egg. Okay, I will go next, and here I will enter quantity 3, I will click enter button. Okay, now price or amount of 3 egg is 30. I will purchase some more item. For example, I will purchase butter. Okay, so here I will purchase 5 packets of butter. So I will click enter. Now its price is 150. Okay, so now I have to purchase one more item, that is tea. I will purchase 2 packets of tea, and I will click enter key. Okay, so now I do not want to purchase any more item, so I have to print total bill. Okay, so I will click this button, and here total bill is 210. So here you can see 3 and 150 is 180, and plus 30 is 210. Here you can see this is 210. Okay, so this is the bill, and now I want to close this, so I will click close button, and now I will show all these items once again, and here you can see that now remaining quantity for egg is 7, and remaining quantity for tea is 3, and we have purchased 5 butters. So now remaining quantity of butters is 10. Okay, now it is working perfectly. Okay, so I can do one more thing. I will close this, and I will close this. If quantity is equal to 0, then what will happen? Okay, so here inside our when we were checking that if expiry is greater than 0, okay, so after it we can also use another if condition. Okay, if so if we are using here quantity, okay, so quantity is in row 2. Okay, so for this we should execute a query. Here I will use a self, okay, dot cursor. Okay, and here, or I think, okay, do not need for this, I will use if. Okay, if quantity is in second index, so I will use row and then index 1, I mean second index. Okay, and here I will say that is greater than 0. Okay, or greater than user entered quantity, that is in quantity variable. Okay, user entered quantity, then okay, otherwise we will print error message that this is expired, sorry, this is not valid. Okay, no more valid and no more available. Okay, so I will set it here. Okay, now this is other nested if condition, that is quantity. So if available quantity is greater than user entered quantity, uh, then okay, otherwise here we will use else. Okay, else, and here we will use tk dot message box dot show error. Okay, and here we will set title error, and now here I will print message by using formatting string, and I will say that uh, this, okay, item, and here I will print name of item name. Okay, so this item or item name is greater, sorry, is not more available. Okay, is not more available or is insufficient. Okay, you can type anything according to your desire. Okay, is no more available. Okay, is no more available. So this message will be printed. Okay, now I will save it, and then I will execute it once again, and now I will test it completely. So first of all, I will add new item. Okay, so here I will enter name of item, so I can add item sugar. Okay, I will set its price, so price should 20 of per kg, and quantity I will add quantity 20 also, and expiry. Now I will set its expiry according to expired date. Okay, so for example, today is 25 of 11th month or November, and it is 2024. Okay, so I will enter date 20. Sorry, first of all, I have to enter year. Okay, so this is 2024. Okay, and then month is 11, and I will enter date 20. Okay, so this is in fact expired date. Okay, I will click enter. So is added successfully. I will click OK. Now I can add quantity for any item. For example, I can add 3 eggs or quantity for egg. Okay, quantity name is egg, new quantity is 3 or 5. Okay, I will add 5, and expiry I will enter 2025 and 01 and 01. Okay, so here I will click enter. So egg is updated, and now its quantity is 12. Okay, so now I can search item. So here I will search item. For example, I want to search tea. Okay, I will click enter, and now this is information of tea. Now I can show all items. So this is show sorry, information of all items. Okay, and now I have to purchase a item. I will click on purchase item, and here I will purchase tea. So available packets of tea are 3. I will try to purchase 5. Okay, so when I will click enter, so this tea is no more available. I will click OK. I will close this. Okay, so here now I will try to purchase sugar. Okay, sugar, and then I will click enter. So this sugar item is expired. Okay, so it is expired. So I think our program is working perfectly. Okay, I will click OK, and then I have to purchase any other item. For example, I want to purchase egg. Okay, and I have to purchase 5 eggs. I will click enter. So what is invalid command name? Frame 7. Okay, I will close this, and I will execute it once again. Okay, now I will try to purchase item. So here I will click on purchase item, and here I will type item name egg. Okay, so what was the problem? We should handle the problem. So we will destroy this frame when we will call this message box. Okay, so if it is not more available, then we will destroy this frame. Okay, so frame is we will call function self dot destroy add frame. Okay, add frame, and I will copy this from here. Okay, so problem was because of this, and then here I can insert this after here when it is expired. Okay, and also I can insert it here when it does not exist. I mean, this was invalid item name. Okay, so now here I will execute it once again. Okay, okay, I can also insert it here. Okay, so now I will execute it, and then we will test it once again. Okay, so now I will click on purchase button. Here I will try to purchase sugar. Okay, and I will purchase 5 packets of sugar. I will click enter. This is error, and sugar item is expired. I will click OK, and list is not printed because we have not purchased any item. So I will close it. Okay, so now I will try to purchase new item. Okay, so here I will enter any invalid name. Okay, and here I will insert value 2 for quantity. I will click enter. Okay, so item IDF does not exist. I will click OK, and frame is destroyed. Okay, previous problem was because of this not destroying frame. Okay, so I will click purchase item once again, and here I will enter a name of any valid item like egg. Okay, and I will purchase 5 eggs. I will click enter. So still frame 4 list box not okay. I will execute it once again, and now I will test it once again to show you that now is it working correctly or not. So I will purchase T, and here I will purchase 2. Okay, I will click enter, and now 2 uh, packets or amount of 2 packets is added successfully. Okay, so now I will purchase more item, and here I will purchase egg. Okay, egg, and here I will purchase 2 egg or 3 egg. I will click enter. So egg is no more available. Okay, fine. And now I will print. I will try to purchase butter. Okay, butter, and I will purchase 2 pack butters. Okay, I will click enter, and this is price of 2 butters. And now I want to print total bill, and here this is total bill 30 plus 60, this is 90. Okay, so now I will close this list box from here. So now you can see this is our project. So I hope this video will be very helpful for you, and if you like the video, then please share with your friends and class fellows. And if you have not subscribed our YouTube channel, then please subscribe our YouTube channel now. Thank you.